this is Shan from PTE Plus. Now, many of you have requested for more different describe image questions, and also in our recent live webinar classes where we practice real exam questions with our students, there was a particular describe image question that many students found challenging. So today I'll go through that with you in detail, and I'll also provide you with more variations on the templates that you can use. So this is the question that we'll look at today. Now, there are a few things that students found challenging about this question. The first one being that there is actually no title. So usually a title is very helpful because it is essentially a one-line description of what you're seeing on the chart. And we tend to use it in our introduction as well, right? So if there is no title, how do we then handle that? Now, the second thing you'll notice is that this is now a multiple line chart rather than a single line chart, and it is comparing difficult to easy tasks. And the third challenge is that there is actually a lot of content and words on this chart, right? Apart from, the y-axis and the x-axis, you've also got difficult tasks and easy tasks. You've got boredom or apathy, you've got an optimal level, and you've also got a high anxiety state as well. So how do we approach this question? First, let's quickly recap the strategy for describe image. And basically what we're aiming for is about a 3 to 4 in content and a 4 to 5 in pronunciation and fluency. Now, if you remember what I shared in our previous describe image video, the main reason is because if you're trying to aim for a 5 in content, and that requires you to describe all elements. Now, with the short amount of time you have for preparation and also for recording your response, striving for a 5 in content tends to cause more than one hesitation and also long pauses as well. So this will often result in your pronunciation and your fluency becoming heavily penalized. So instead, we'll aim to get a relatively good score in content and maintain a high score in pronunciation and fluency, because these two account for 10 out of the 15 marks for describe image. And what tools can we use to achieve this? Templates. This will help us to achieve a good score in content and keep up a high score for fluency and pronunciation. And last time we introduced the template structure, so roughly 5 seconds for the introduction, 25 seconds for the key element description, and then 5 seconds to conclude as well. So we're aiming for about a 35-second response. And remember that at 40 seconds, the microphone will close and cut you off, so you have about a 5-second buffer as well. So let's first start with the introduction. Now, if your chart has a title, then fantastic. You can make full use of the title in your introduction. And I did an example of this in the previous describe image video. Okay. However, in this case, the chart has no title, and therefore we're going to go with something like this. So this chart, graph, or image, whichever you'd like to use, shows information about the y-axis, so performance quality here, and the x-axis, arousal levels. And because this is a multiple item, multiple line chart, right? So difficult tasks and easy tasks as well. So we'll pop that in towards the end. So let me apply that fully to this chart. This graph shows information about performance quality and arousal levels for difficult and easy tasks. Let's do it again. This graph shows information about performance quality and arousal levels for difficult and easy tasks. And after the introduction, we move into describing key elements. Usually we pick about 2 to 3 key elements. Basically, we're aiming for about 25 seconds. Okay? And in the previous describe image video, we went through a potential template that talks about the minimum as the first key element, and then the maximum is the second, and then a slight increase or decrease, some sort of change, as the third key element. Okay. Now remember that it is flexible, so I'm going to give you another example. And you can see firstly that this chart has a particular trend for both of these lines, right? So it goes up and then it goes back down. So what we can do is actually break that into two sections and talk about the trend by those different sections. So for example, in the first period from point 1 to point 2, which is from low arousal level, boredom or apathy, up to optimal level, we can see an increase in the y-axis. So in the performance quality, we can see an increase. Yeah? And then in the next period, from point 2, optimal level, to point 3, high arousal, high anxiety, we can see a decrease in performance quality. Now let me apply and do all of that together. In the first period, from boredom or apathy, low arousal level to optimal level, we can see an increase in performance quality for both difficult and easy tasks. In the next period, from optimal level to high anxiety, high arousal level, we can see a decrease in performance quality for both these tasks. And finally, we need to conclude. So if you've got a single line, then usually we talk about the trend, if it's been increasing, decreasing, fluctuating, or quite stable. Now in this case, you've got multiple lines. So what you want to do is a comparison between these two lines. And you can see that in this case, the optimal level, there's a difference between the arousal levels, right? So difficult tasks is a bit lower than easy tasks. So in this case, you want to do something like overall or in conclusion or to conclude, whichever you prefer, at a point or a level, so at optimal level. The x-axis or the y-axis, so in this case, we'll take the arousal level, the x-axis, is higher or lower for difficult tasks, item 1, than item 2, easy tasks. So in this case, it is lower for difficult tasks than easy tasks. Okay, so let's try that again all together. Overall, at the optimal level, arousal level is lower for difficult tasks than easy tasks. Okay, so let's put that all together now, and you can follow my mouse and see where I'm looking at as I'm speaking. This graph shows information about performance quality and arousal level for difficult and easy tasks. In the first period, from boredom or apathy low arousal level to optimal level, we can see an increase in performance quality for both difficult and easy tasks. In the next period, from optimal level to high anxiety, high arousal level, we can see a decrease in performance quality. Overall, at the optimal level, arousal level is lower for difficult tasks than easy tasks. So remember that you can download an entire PDF of these real exam questions, and you can practice them and receive detailed machine scoring and feedback on every single question so that you know what you're performing well in and what you need to work on more and how to improve those areas as well. So all you got to do is sign up for an account. It's completely free, and I'll link it in the description box for you below. Also remember to follow us on Facebook for the latest resources and updates and promotions as well.